some elements in the Ohanese group came out to announce they have endorsed the candidature of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of PDP. And I'm sure you're following the disputes that have followed since that time. So the position of the party, the APC, on this is the reason for this press conference. APC to Ndigbo, beware of PDP, Atiku's restructuring deceit. We find it curious that the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, has tactically avoided speaking on his touted restructuring plans during his campaigns. Our observations come against the backdrop of the now disputed communique issued by some members of Ohanese Ndigbo on the 2019 general elections, with a few members of Ohanese falling for Atiku's antics. It has now become clear that the purported endorsement of Atiku's presidential ambition does not enjoy the support of most of the good people of the Southeast. One of such proofs is the statement by the Anambra State government, dissociating the state from the dubious endorsement of Atiku contained in the equally disputed communique. It will now seem that the few people in Ohanese are trying to misrepresent the interests of the Ndigbo. And we wonder whether these people are part of Atiku's friends that he has promised to make rich as a cardinal policy of his government. Many questions beg for answers. Besides the deceitful restructuring promise, what else do the Ndigbo stand to gain from an Atiku's presidency? Nothing. Could it be that Atiku and the PDP restructuring rhetoric is selective and bespoke for specific audiences? The answer is yes. Atiku's restructuring rhetoric is simply a convenient, simplistic, and populist gimmick aimed at wiping up and exploit perceived sentiments ahead of the 2019 general elections. Ndigbo, and indeed all Nigerians, must be wary of Atiku and his PDP ilk, who in their desperate quest for power are ready to play fraudulent political games and parade themselves as ethnic champions to the gullible. We must protect the sanctity of our nationhood. Atiku has refused to speak to the specific nature of the restructuring that he is cashing in on. But little wonder, because it is transactional in nature. Atiku has no plan for this country and is not pretending about it. He has said it clearly on many occasions that he is seeking power to be able to sell off national assets to make his friends and himself rich. There is no doubt that Atiku only intends to use and dump the Igbo people. Ndigbo should not forget that it was during the administration of the former President Olusegun and Atiku as vice that Nigeria's political history witnessed the frequent manipulated changes to the Senate presidency and setting of Igbo brothers against one another for political gains. Without playing to the gallery, the President Muhammadu Buhari-led APC administration has pursued a deliberate policy of probity, inclusive governance, and national spread in the allocation of our national resources and developmental projects across the country. In particular, about 69 verifiable projects of roads and bridges are ongoing in the Southeast. This is unprecedented in the history of our nation. Although the contracts for many of the roads were awarded by past administration under the PDP, they were either poorly funded or not funded at all. Hence, work on the roads and bridge projects were previously stalled. Currently, the roads and bridges, which are spread across the 5 states in the Southeast, are in different stages of completion, thanks to the funding sourced by the President's Buhari-led APC administration from budgetary allocations, the Sukuk bond, and the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund. The APC remains the most sincere political platform working to ensure better inclusion and mainstreaming of all geopolitical zones in the governance of our country. We have held constructive, purposeful, countrywide, and multi-sectoral conversations on core issues of true federalism and devolution of powers in line with the party's change agenda. Ndigbo, and indeed all Nigerians, must be wary of the machinations of con men who now masquerade as messiahs in the garb of politicians. Their antecedents does not synchronize with the image they now purport, which is dangerous. They are latter-day converts on the issue of restructuring, who either occupied political offices and did nothing on the issues of restructuring. They have now regrouped to exploit the issue of restructuring in furtherance of their selfish political interests. Their sudden silence on the issue of restructuring in recent campaigns is certainly ominous. The Ndigbo should not fall for this fraud. Thank you for listening.